have noticed. Now, let me jump the gun, because I know someone will ask this inevitably. I do not know where he is. I do not know where he is because I never asked him where he is. It's not relevant for his defense. And I never asked because I don't want to have to lie to any of you when you ask me that question as to where he is.
Isang magandang araw sa inyo mga kababayan. Ito na naman po ang News That Matters. Ating panonoorin dito yung abogado ni Saldico. Nagsalita ngayong araw mga kababayan. Ito, malalaman po natin ngayon kung ano yung kalagayan ngayon ni Saldico. Papakinggan po natin tong abogado niya mga kababayan. Pero bago ang lahat yan, huwag nyo munang kalimutan i-share, like at subscribe. Sa ganun, updated po tayo sa mga balita dito sa Pilipinas yung mga nangyari. Ito na po mga kababayan, panoorin na natin siya.
I never asked. So, let's go. Yes. I know you, Camille.
Sir, you mentioned na hindi po nagmamatter yung kung saan nasaan si Mr. Kono with his defense, but the ombudsman already sent a letter, I think, po sa residence ni Mr. Ko para makapag-file siya ng counter affidavit. So, ano po yung magiging tugon ng legal team for this? Kasi ang sinasabi po ni Assistant Ombudsman Miko Clavano, kapag hindi po tinake po ito ni Mr. Ko yung opportunity to his counter, mawawalan na po siya ng chance, and then they will proceed with the resolution. Is Mr. Ko planning to file his counter here personally in the Philippines or in a Philippine embassy abroad?
Okay. Ang sinabi ko, Camille, na hindi relevant yung presence niya. Ang sabi ko, hindi relevant yung knowledge ko kung nasan siya. Now, his presence is, of course, required for him to answer yung charges. But let me be clear. I have not seen any complaint. No? Kasi a criminal investigation has to be initiated by a complaint. Meron naman kayo nakitang complaint? Anyone? When I say complaint, I mean something that has been sworn to under oath. And the only thing I've heard is that the ICI has referred its tentative findings to the Ombudsman. I don't think it's under oath, so I don't think that was a complaint. Now, under the Ombudsman's own rules, if there is an unsworn to complaint that's not verified, the Ombudsman is required to ask the witnesses to swear to it, to swear to supporting affidavits, and also the complainant, whom is also unidentified as of now, to submit a sworn affidavit. So, I don't know what he's supposed to answer. But that said, ang observation ko is that the Ombudsman Boying Remulla, has already said that he intends to file these cases by November 25. November 25. Now, assuming Mr. Ko is served today, that doesn't give them a lot of time for him to answer and for the Ombudsman to review and to write a resolution. My thinking is the Ombudsman has already prejudged this case. And this is bolstered by the statements of Secretary Vince Dizon, who said 60 people will be in jail by Christmas. Under these circumstances, there's really no tactical benefit to filing a counter affidavit.
Ayan po mga kababayan, narinig po natin itong pahayag ng abogado ni Saldico na kailangan daw natin ng complaint, yung may under oath para makasuhan itong si Saldico. Yun po yung sinabi nito, ayon sa pagkakasabi niya. So ibig sabihin, kailangan natin ng mga witnesses na magko-complain sa ombudsman na para saan ito may kakaso daw kay Saldico. Yun sa pagkakasabi niya, wala naman daw nagrereklamo dito kay Saldico, nagko-complain. Anong ikakaso sa kanya? So, nagkakalokohan na lang, pati yung mga sinasabi ni Ombudsman Remulla na hindi po talaga makatarungan po ito. Kung wala talagang magko-complain, walang ikakaso kay Saldico. Kung gusto ni Saldico, hindi yan ang point. Kung gusto ni Saldico, umuwi siya talaga dito para sagutin yung mga binibintang sa kanya na yung mga nagnakaw ng bilyo-bilyon. Bakit siya nagtago? Bakit siya umalis dito sa bansa, mga kababayan, di ba? Yun talaga, mga kababayan, marami silang mga tactics, tong mga abogado, yung mga ombudsman na yan, talagang gagawin nila lahat para tayo ilinlangin, mga kababayan. So, mga katotohanan talaga. So, pakinggan ulit natin siya.
So the answer is, at this time, the way things are going, no, he does not intend to file a counter affidavit.
But, sir, kung ipatawag ba si Mr. Ko, is he willing to personally attend? Like, for example, in the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee is inviting him in the next hearing, which is on November 14. Is he planning to even acknowledge to attend? Because in the past, he would release a statement na he will answer the allegations in the proper forum. And this time, he's being given the chance to explain himself.
I don't know what he has to explain to the Senate because the Senate is investigating facts. Wala pa naman accusation sa Senate. And like I said, he's deathly afraid of coming home because may serious threats to his life. One half of the country wants to throw him in jail and throw away the key. The other half wants to string him up by the nearest tree. Would you come home under those circumstances? I wouldn't recommend that he come home.
You would recommend him to come home, attorney? Kasi kung talagang walang kasalanan yung amo mo, yung nagbabayad sa'yo, kung wala siyang kasalanan, di umuwi siya rito. Sabihin niya dito sa mga taong bayan. O ready siya na magsalita dyan sa Blue Ribbon Committee kung talagang wala siyang kasalanan. Eh bakit ka magtatago kung wala kang kasalanan, di ba? It means to say, kahit sino naman na tao, mga kababayan, kung inakusahan ka, ba't ka magtatago? Kung talagang alam mong wala kang kasalanan, kahit na ano pang sabihin ng tao, ilalaban mo yung sarili mo. Huwag kang matakot. Ang kinakatakutan mo kasi dito, ikukulong ka. Hindi ka ikukulong. Papakinggan ka muna ng taong bayan. Kung nagkasala ka, saka lang ikukulong. Masyado ka kasing advance kung mag-isip, Saldi ko Yan ang problema po sa inyo. Kailangan nyo muna talaga magpakita dito sa tao, patunayan na kung wala kayong kasalanan, umuwi kayo dito sa Pilipinas at panagutin lahat yung mga akusasyon sa'yo dyan sa Senado kung talagang wala kang kasalanan. Kung wala kang kasalanan, kung sino yung may kasalanan, di ikanta mo. Huwag kang matakot. Although kahit na paano, alam mo na may mastermind dito, baka natatakot ka, isipin mo na lang yung taong bayan. Isakripisyo mo na lang yung sarili mo para may makulong dito kung natatakot ka. Isiwalat mo na para damay-damay na kayo. Ganun lang yun. Simple lang yun. Come on.
But to the extent possible, Camille, to the extent possible, we will respond to the Senate if we're invited.
Attorney, good morning. This is Chill po from DZXL RMN. Yes po.
Hi, Chill.
Yes, good morning po. Attorney, is Representative Zaldico willing to release his SALN?
No need. Ombudsman Remulla has reversed the Martires lock on SALNs. Anyone can get his SALNs from the Ombudsman. Did I get that correctly? I think that's what one of the first things he did was to unlock the SALNs.
Yeah, but sir, this Mr. Go will release his SALN.
He doesn't have to, Camille. It's open to anyone.
It's the House Secretariat which has access to SALN. And the Ombudsman covers different rules.
No, my understanding.
So I think the Ombudsman can only release SALNs for the President, the Vice President, for constitutional offices, for senators and House members. They're covered by usually the Senate Secretariat or the House Secretary General. Although I understand that former Congressman Zaldico has now resigned, but does that mean that he's willing to voluntarily release his SALN because no one can really compel him to at this time?
I haven't discussed that with him because I am sure that the Ombudsman will release his SALNs. I'm sure. You were talking about you're referring to the conditions imposed by the Martires lock. I think one of Boeing's first acts was to unlock the SALNs, and you can get it anytime.
Okay.
I'd give
No,
you a
sir.
copy, but I don't have
I know,
one.
sir, but the Ombudsman is not the custodian of the SALNs.
He is.
I
He
don't
is.
think so, sir.
He is. Alam ko, as far back as the Gloria presidency, I've always thought that the Ombudsman was. I can show you a copy if you
Okay.
like, once I get one.
Okay, attorney, follow
Prove
up.
it.
Yes.
Regarding naman dun sa mga helicopter,
Okay.
nire-register daw po ni Representative Zaldico yung mga,
You have to be very precise with me on the choppers. What's the question?
yung 5 na chopper po,
5 na choppers.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
na nakalabas na po, 5, yung nakalabas po ng bansa.
Okay.
Tatlo pala, attorney, sorry.
Okay. Si representative ko wala siyang may-ari na any aircraft.
Sanay na
I
ito
understand
magsinungaling, mga
that
kababayan.
any aircraft
Kamatandin to.
related to him is owned by Mitsubishi Aviation. Now separate si Mr. Ko sa Misibis. Ano. You should ask the lawyer of Misibis. I'm not the lawyer. But see, yan na yung yan na yung isang misinformation na malaki. That's the reason we're here. Because Secretary Dizon keeps saying na if you freeze lahat yan, i-confiscate yan. If you look at his SALN, Misibis Aviation was incorporated in 2004, 2008. Now, Zaldico became a congressman in 2019. So, yung aviation company na in which he owns stock is what? Was already 15, 16, 17 years old before he became when he became a congressman. Now, sinasabi ni Secretary Dizon na ifo-forfeit daw. Dalawa lang ang forfeiture dito. No? A criminal forfeiture will require a criminal conviction. That's final. A civil forfeiture will require proof and a final decision that the forfeited property was illegally acquired. How can something that was acquired by a company 17 years before he became a congressman be illegally acquired?
So sa madaling salita, sir, hindi po kay Representative Zaldico yung tatlong chopper?
No. Not that I know of na meron siyang personal na chopper. Must be
Pulpul pala to mga kababayan Hindi ko alam kung abogado ba talaga to o kinuha lang talaga diyan para magsinungaling Wala ring sense yung mga pinagsasabi niya, magaling magsinungaling, which is lahat andyan na. Tapos sabi niya si Zaldico, hindi raw makakapunta rito. Ano bang klaseng abogado to? Kung gusto mo talagang iprotektahan yung amo mo, pauwin mo dito at para maghusga dun sa Senado, para dun litisin. Huwag ka nang makialam dito dahil alam mo naman na maraming pera yung amo mo, yung buhaya na yan, malaki ang bayad sa'yo. Kaya pag sisinungaling ay gagawin mo.
Misibis Aviations, which again is an old company. Naka-report sa SALN niya yun, ha?
Thank you, Attorney.
Sir, good morning.
Hi.
Hannah po from Billionario.
Hi, Hannah.
Clarification lang din tungkol dun sa naging Senate Blue Ribbon hearing nung September. Basically, mainit po kasi yung mata ni Congressman Zaldico sa publiko because of the supposed cash deliveries made by his former aide, Orly Guteza. First, sir, can you confirm if Guteza was indeed an aide, a former aide of Zaldico?
The first time I heard that name was at the Senate hearing, or was it the House? I learned about that Mr. Guteza's name. I heard Mr. Guteza's name for the first time at the same time you did, nung nahirinig ko. I know that he had two aides, something biblical, Matthew, Luke, something.
Mark and Paul, sir?
Whatever, na former aides niya, but I understand also that they were no longer connected with him at the relevant time. Now, if you're asking me whether or not there were deliveries to Representative Ko at any time, no. Categorical.
Ikulong na tong English spoken dollar na to. Nakakainis din to mga kababayan. Daan pa English pa. Akala mo naman na kapanipaniwala yung mga pagsisinungaling nito, yung mga sinasabi nito. Dapat bago ka magsalita dito, Manong, panoorin mo muna yung mga nangyayari dito sa bansa, yung mga balita. Nakakahiya ka, Tony. Hindi mo ba alam yung mga bilyon-bilyon na maleta na pera na dinadala nila Orly Guteza dyan sa bahay nila Martin Romualdez, tsaka pinaghahatian nila Zaldico, yung mga amo mo? Bago ka magsalita dito, huwag ka muna magsasalita ng banat ka ng banat. Manood ka ng balita para alam mo isasagot mo. Ngayon, sinasabi mo, hindi mo alam yung mga dalawang yan, tsaka sila Orly Guteza, narinig mo lang, which is wala kang alam dito sa mga nakawan dito sa bansa namin. Ang alam mo lang ito, pagtanggol si Zaldico at binayaran ka ng malaki at magsinungaling. Yan lang ang alam mo. Wala ring kwenta tong press conference mo dahil wala ka ring sasabihin na matino
Deny all the cash deliveries, including the
To
luggage,
him?
sir. Yes, to his
Of course.
house,
Sino pa ba?
to his condo.
Who's making that accusation, Hannah?
It was Orly Guteza who
And where is he now?
Ano mo tong
we can't find him, so it's for us to find out.
There you
But
go.
There you go.
You have to forgive me, my brain isn't trained to think that way. I'm always evidence-based. Kaya nga, the reason why we're here is para ma-realign nga natin, ma-redirect natin yung narrative. Na wag naman chismis, wag naman speculation. Because hindi tatayo in a court of law.
would you say, sir, ito po yung isa sa mga sinabi nyo kanina na narrative na skewered?
Yes. Because who's saying na mayroon deliveries? Did they see my client receive the delivery? of money? I'll
Yes,
even reduce it to an
of
absurdity.
course.
Ano? Is it possible na may utang lang sila at nagbayad sila?
Yes, of course, may magnanakaw yung amo mo. Anak ng tokwa. Panay, ang galing mo rin magsinungaling. Ano tingin mo sa amin na pinangalak lang kahapon, attorney? Ang gawin mo, galingan mo na lang yung pagsisinungaling mo dahil kapag napatunayan yung amo mo, pati ikaw isasama namin. Sama ka sa kulungan, ha? Tandaan mo, magsinungaling ka pa para lalong mapasama yung imahe mo. Sayang lang yung pagpupunta mo rito at dahil ang gagawin mo lang puro pagsisinungaling. Sige
Sir,
pa.
is Congressman Zaldico willing to attend any Senate Blue Ribbon probe? I believe invitations were sent already.
Again, he will as soon as the threat to his life is abated.
By who, sir? Sino po ang may
Look
nagte-threaten?
around you. Ang dami. It's all over social media. I'm not...
Look around you because he's a stealer. He's a stealer of money, my friend. Magnanakaw yung amo mo. Talagang takot siya dito. Kung wala siyang kinakatakutan dito at kung hindi siya nagnakaw dito, andito siya sana nagsasalita. Pinagtatanggol niya sarili niya. Ba't siya nagre-resign? Simpleng logic. Anong reason? Congressman ka, inelect ka ng taong bayan, tapos magre-resign ka. Nung nabulgar yung flood control, bigla kang lumayas dito. Ano yan galaw ng kabaklaan yan, bossing Yung amo mo, sabihin mo sa kanya, bumalik siya rito, magpakalalaki siya. Dali niya yung bayag na dito, huwag magtatago. Anong kinakatakutan niya dito? Hindi naman kami kumakagat. Kumakagat lang kami kapag yung tao ay buhaya. Sila nga yung nakakagat dahil buhaya yung amo mo.
tech savvy yan. Nakikita ko everyday yung mga threats sa kanya. Isabit na yan, bitayin na yan, etc. etc.
Virtually, sir, at least.
Virtually? What does that mean?
Via
Maghunos dili ka.
Zoom. Is
Siya?
he will? Kasi, sir, I believe there's a quotation that flight is an indication of guilt. So, if ever ba willing po siyang humarap para at least marinig din ng taong bayan yung side niya.
Okay, number one, wala pang criminal case against him. As far as I know, wala pang criminal accusation. Number two, yung flight is an indication of guilt is a misused term. Hindi yan ang ibig sabihin yan if you look at its history under U.S. federal law. I'll discuss that with you privately. Masyadong mahaba.
Sige, sir.
But outdated yung, misused and outdated yung concept na yan.
So would you say he's not, hindi siya tumatakas, basically?
No. Kasi Hannah, remember that he flew out for medical reasons way before this whole thing blew up. Diba? When did this blow up? After the SONA. He flew out as early as February, I think. So hindi siya tumakbo. Let's get that clear. Again,
Hindi siya tumakbo. Pauwiin mo na lang dito para magpaliwanag siya kung hindi siya tumakbo. At saka sabi mo, nagpagamot lang siya. Ba't di ba siya umuwi dito? Ang tagal naman nung gamutan na yan. Diyos ko po. Ano bang sakit niya? Ano bang sakit niya? Sakit niya kasi nungalingan. Ang sakit niya kasi nungalingan, bossing. Tandaan mo yan. Huwag ka nga mag-English nga dito sa harap namin mga Pilipino. Dahil kung kinakausap ka Tagalog, huwag ka mag-English. Huwag Tagalog ka na lang. Bago ka magsalita dito, magpapogi, ayusin mo yung salita mo para hindi ka lang mapapaya dito sa taong bayan. Sisiguraduhin mo lang na yung Zaldico mo, mapapatunayan walang kasalanan. Dahil kapag napatunayang may kasalanan yan at kung hindi man mapapatunayan ngayon sa dahil ang presidente natin ay nakaupo na kinocoveran niyang sila Zaldico na yan, hintayin nyo na lang yung pagka nagkapalitan ng presidente at ikaw, isa ka rin sa makukulong dito dahil ikaw ay pinagtatanggol mo yung magnanakaw. Dahil yung mga nakikinabang ka rin sa kanya. Pera ng taong bayan yung pinasasahod sa'yo, mahiya ka naman, bossing.
and let's redirect the narrative. No?
Good morning, sir. This is Arles from One News po.
Arles?
Yes po.
Hi, Arles.
I have seen the Ombudsman referral, the ICI's referral to the Ombudsman, wherein Bryce Hernandez claimed that he delivered a bulk of cash on the first quarter of 2025 in his in-cost residence in Valle Verde, wherein there's no furniture inside, just luggages of cash, and then it was received by a certain Paul Estrada. Has Co ever confirmed or denied these allegations?
Na may delivery?
Both having Paul Estrada and his residence having no furniture at all.
We talked about that and he said, I have no knowledge about any delivery.
Of course.
Because if you talk to Mr. Hernandez, I'm sure he will say that my client was not there. And again, you know, she said, he said yan eh. Because he says that he delivered it, and yet he admits to what? Owning a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, everything else. And Representative Ko is just saying, no such thing. Walang nangyaring ganyan. So who do you believe?
But on the latter part of the Ombudsman referral case, sir, there's a certain sentence there wherein it was received by a certain Paul Estrada with an acknowledgement receipt being kept by Alcantara. So have you also reached out to a certain Paul Estrada and having him on cause?
I'm not there yet. Like I said, I heard that Mr. Estrada, Paul, was once upon a time employed by him or employed for him. I'm not sure, but at the relevant time, maybe during the deliveries, that he was no longer employed by Representative Ko. I don't know. I can get back to you. Hindi naman ito yung last natin. I can get back to you on that. Understand that I don't know everything about the case just yet. I'll get back to you.
No need to get back. Dito tapusin na natin dito yung mga balitaktakan ngayon. Kailangan dito, gusto namin may katotohanan, gusto ko namin may makukulong. Huwag ka nang magsinungaling, bossing, tandaan mo, lalabas din yung katotohanan. Huwag lang nang tayo magsayangan ng laway dito. Sino ba naman yan, yung mga sundalong yan, yung mga Marines na yan, yung mga sila Orly Gutesa, tsaka yung dalawa. Tingin mo sila magsasabi ng kasinungalingan na katulad mo? Ikaw ba naman itataya nila yung buhay nila? Ikaw kaya mo bang gawin yun? Kapag balik na rin natin yung sitwasyon, itinaya mo yung pamilya mo dito, sinakripisyo mo yung para magsabi ka lang ng katotohanan. Tingin mo na magloloko yun? Mag-isip ka naman.
And then, sir, you said that Ko has serious threats in his life.
Yes.
So does this mean that he also has pangamba or hindi pagtiwala sa pamahalaan that he can be safely, safeguarded just to face all the allegations to him?
Hindi naman. But the government cannot protect you all the time eh. Di ba? Walang guarantee na ganyan. People die in jail. Di ba? People with a shot in the head, and you have heads of state surrounded by 20 armed men who still downed by a sniper. Ako personally, ang bigger fear ko is vigilante violence. Because nga everyone hates him. That's the reason I'm here. Again, no, I don't litigate in the media, but the reason I'm here is because maybe we can tone down the temperature, we can lower it a little bit, because personally I'm deathly afraid of vigilante violence. Someone who thinks that he's a moral guardian of the Filipino people will just take a paltik and shoot him anywhere.
Sir, siguro last na lang na.
Oy, bossing, hindi naman kakantiin yan amo mo. Yung baklitang amo mo. Hindi naman kakaltingin yan kung walang ginawang kabalbalan. Yan ang tandaan mo. Itatak mo sa isip mo. Kahit ikaw, kung wala kang ginawang kasalanan, kung matino kang tao, walang kakaltik sa'yo dito. Huwag kang mag-alala. Kakaltikin ka lang kasi kung kayo ay kung pinagnakawan ng taong bayan, kakaltikin ka talaga ng taong bayan. Ikaw nga, kahit na sino naman siguro yung Bombay nga, kapag nangutang ka, kung hindi ka nagbayad ng 20 pesos, galit na galit sa'yo. How much more if yung billion yun na wala dito, ang usapan billion, talagang kakaltikin ka.
Because the year is ending, 2026 is fast approaching. I know this might sound so vague and irrelevant, but how long is Zaldico planning to not go back to the country, aside from just like pahupain lahat ng threats sa life niya? How long will the Filipino people wait for his response on all the allegations?
Well, I'll try to respond as best I can, but yung fear kasi is subjective eh. I can't tell him na don't be afraid. In the same way that I can't tell you not to be afraid of something. If he fears, and again, I don't blame him, if he fears that there are threats to his life, I don't blame him, and I wouldn't recommend that he come home either under these circumstances. Where's Christina?
Sir, Tina po from GMA.
Hi, Tina.
Sir, you said kanina po that the information are skewed against former Representative Ko. What did you mean by that?
The narrative.
The narrative?
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
I'll give you an example. Ang daming nagtatanong, no? In fact, it's a very hot topic na yung corruption. Ng
Pandarambong.
corruption in general, whether it's a budget or yung mga itong flood control projects.
Gigigil ako sa'yo.
You have to understand that there is no such thing as generic corruption eh. In fact, there is no such thing as a generic crime. When you accuse someone of a crime, you have to indicate with precision the what, where, when, who, and how. Diba? You can't say that I killed someone. You have to tell me I killed Juan de la Cruz in San Juan on this date with a knife. Diba? So if you say corruption, may mga specific elements yan. And one indispensable element of corruption is there has to be damage to the government. Actual damage in the nature of civil actual damages. So
if you think about the civil damage, my friend, marami ng damage ang ginawa tong gobyerno na to. Yun na lang nature damage, katulad pag may bagyo, binabaha sila. Yun ang damage na ginawa ng mga kabalbalan ng mga administrasyon na to. Isa na yung amo mo. Yung mga bilyon-bilyon na yan na pondo sa DPWH, pinagnanakaw nila, yan ang nature damage na tinatawag. Hindi ho ba maliwanag po yun? Palibhasa kasi hindi ka nakatira yata dito sa Pilipinas. Ikaw nga tumira dyan sa Bulacan. Kung saan yung may baha, kapag may konting bagyo lang, kung hindi ka makadaan dahil binabaha yung harap ng bahay ninyo. Dahil instead na ipapagawa nila yung daan na yan, yung para sa mga pagbaha na yan, para hindi na mangyari yung mga pagbabaha, ninakaw ng kawatan ng amo mo. Yun ang nature damage na ginawa nila. Yung mga pag-aari nila, may pupundar ba nila yan sa mga business nila? Galing din sa mga pagnanakaw yan. Mag-i-insert sila ng mga project. Katulad niyan, yung amo mo, meron siyang corporation, yung SunWest Corporation na business. Saan niya kukunin yung budget na yan? Siyempre, kukunin niya dito sa kaban ng bayan. Hindi naman dati ganyan kayaman yan si Saldico, mga kababayan. Yumaman lang yan dito sa Pandarambog. Pwede pa, kung bilyonaryo na siya dati, pwede pa. Pero ikaw ba naman, makakabili ka ba naman ng Gulfstream na aeroplano worth 2 billion in peso? Magano ka naman, maghunos dili ka naman.
You say na may corruption, let's say yung 2025 budget. Di ba naririnig ko yan? Ano yung damage to the government? Hindi nga implemented. What is the corruption? What is the extent?
Everything
what
is
is the precise
corruption,
damage to the government? That's a corruption na yun.
What about the previous years, sir? 2023, 2024?
Again, in line with my reason, with my thinking, you have to tell me what the accusation is.
Corruption, my friend, pag nanakaw.
The flood control projects.
Which
Ghost.
flood control project?
Sarap
They
patukan
listed
ng
several
loob.
in the hearings.
Yeah, but you're asking me to answer a generic question. Yeah. Okay, Oriental Mindoro.
Oo. Bulacan.
Okay. Kasama ba si representative ko?
Opo, kasama po.
He's not SunWest. See, that's the thing.
Among.
Yes, if you look at his SALN, and I know this for a fact that he divested from SunWest before he became a congressman. Again, no, yan na nga yung skewed narrative eh. The person, the stockholder is not a corporation. If I own shares in federal land, doesn't mean I can stay in Grand Hyatt for free just because federal land owns Grand Hyatt. Diba? So, just because he's a member of a corporation, which he is not, SunWest, let's get that clear. Just because SunWest is accused of something, that doesn't filter down to the stockholders. Again, he's not a stockholder. But I don't represent SunWest, though. You should ask SunWest's lawyers. But let's get it right lang.
We should ask the lawyers. Pa-English ka pa, bata. Pa-English ka pa, manong. Ito, kausapin mo tong presidente natin para maliwanagan yung utak mo. Kasi tinutubigan na yung utak mo. Hindi mo talaga alam tong nangyayari dito sa bansa namin. Kinaso na nga si Saldico, pati si PBBM, dahil yung pag-aari niyang SunWest na yan is involved dito sa mga corruption dito. Yung mga kontratista na yan, involved sila sa pagnanakaw ng mga budget, yung mga kontrata, yung mga pera ng taong bayan. Yung mga ghost project na yan, sila, pagkatapos mong binayaran, wala na silang ginawa. Thank you very much na. Yun ang ginawa ni Saldico, nagpayaman lang yung amo mo. Anak ng toko, hindi puro ka English dito, Diyos ko.
If there's a wrong committed by a corporation, that wrong does not contaminate the stockholders.
Sir,
Otherwise, lahat tayo sa pool na.
go ahead.
Sa pool ka talaga.
Where is he now, sir?
I don't know. Last I heard, he was in Boston for his medicals.
Because the Senate has reports that two of his executive
Pera ng labanan
assistants
dito.
who are potential
Habol lang
witnesses
neto,
in
pera.
the Senate investigation have joined him in Europe. John Paul Estrada and Mark Texay. Do you have any information on that?
I have no info, but I did read earlier that one of them was in Chile, not in Europe. I
Which
don't
one,
know.
sir?
if
Yes, Chile.
One of, I don't know.
Tatago doon.
Paul. No, I don't know. I don't know. I've never met them, never spoken with them, and I don't feel like talking to them at this time. Di pa relevant sa akin eh.
Sir, when was the last time you talked to former Representative Ko?
Last night.
And did you ever ask him where he was? Weren't you curious?
Hindi niya
No,
na-ask.
I'm curious personally, but I can't be curious as a lawyer eh, because hindi relevant. And I don't want to lie to you if you asking me now. I'm looking you in the eye. I'm telling you.
Look into my eye. Hindi mo tinanong yan kasi ayaw mong ipaalam. Ayaw mong ipaalam dahil alam mong natatakot si Saldico, yung amo mo, kung nasaan siya. Kasi nga siya, takot siya umuwi dito, umuurong yung bayag niya kasi guilty siya, na sinisisi pa niya yung taong bayan na ang dami daw threat dito. Kung talagang wala siyang kasalanan at willing siyang magpakabayani, punta siya dito, tapos pagbaba niya ng aeroplano, magpapa-interview sa media, taas ang noo niya, wala akong kasalanan dito, ilalaban kong sarili ko. Kailangan kong patunayan, wala akong kasalanan dito, sabit lang ako dito. Yun ang sasabihin niya. Ang gagawin ko dito, isasabit ko ngayon yung sumabit sa akin, ikakanta ko. Hindi yung nagtatago siya. Ayaw niya dito malaman, yung ma-involved dito, yung mga kasama niyang mastermind dito, may mas mataas pa sa kanya.
Honestly, that I don't know because I never asked him. Again, because it's not that knowledge is not relevant to me at this time.
How do you communicate, sir?
Phone?
Phone?
Yes.
But you can tell from the number
No, I cannot.
where his location
No.
is.
Common
No,
sense lang yan. Ayaw niyang sabihin yan.
If you're
Posible
asking
naman
me
na
whether it's a
mag-uusap sila,
foreign
hindi niya
SIM,
titignan
Yes,
sa
sir.
cellphone,
Can't
di ba?
tell you. I wouldn't know.
Posible naman. Mag-uusap kayo, hindi mo titignan yung cellphone mo. After that, kung anong country code yun. Ikaw talaga, saksakan ka ng sinungaling. Galing mong magsinungaling, kaya nga lahat ng katulad mo mahirap pagkatiwalaan eh. Pera-pera lang ang labanan, bossing.
Sir, kanina you also mentioned that you fear vigilante violence. Is that,
Personally.
yes,
Mm.
but is that also Mr. Ko's fear when he returns to the Philippines?
He has a general fear of being shot, whether by a vigilante or by a political enemy.
So what?
He doesn't
Wala siyang
know.
kasalanan, mamatay kang bayani.
I can't
Importante,
answer that with precision.
importante pinagtapat
is
mo
it
yung
safe to say
katotohanan.
that in the next few months until next year, we won't see him in the Philippines?
We'll see him as soon as the fear of violence against him abates. So I don't know. Might be next week, might be January. I don't know.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Surely.
Hello, sir. Good morning po. Ben Pulta po sa Philippine News Agency.
Hi, Ben.
Ka-clarify ko lang, sir, yung the SALN is generally available. That's what you're saying. Pero
Yes.
only if you can answer, how much did the assets did Mr. Cod declare the first time he was a lawmaker?
Oh, I can answer that. 4.1 billion in 2019. Let me point out, ito na naman yung skewed narrative. I
Billion,
did some
mga
research,
babayan.
and who's the richest senator you know? Alex.
Romualdez.
Mark Villar declared an asset, a
Romualdez.
net worth of 1.4 billion. His mother, Cynthia, declared in 2020 a net worth of 3.8 billion. Next is Manny Pacquiao, 3.1 billion. Or the other way around, one or the other. So, in 2020, when Representative Ko joined Congress in 2019, 1 year earlier, he was already richer by Cynthia than Cynthia Villar or Manny Pacquiao.
Kasi nga, buhaya nga
Just
yung
to
amo
keep
mo.
it in context.
Opo.
What's your question?
Sir, thank you for that, sir. Pero did it grow? Follow-up lang doon sa question. Did the assets grow? Would you know if at all?
There was movement. It was relatively flat, the movement. But I remember it did grow, but even that is not an indication of criminality, just so you know, Alex. Kasi naka-file naman ng ITR And there was a very refreshing take on this. I don't remember who said it. I think it might have been Ronald Llamas. Kung magnanakaw ka, luko-luko ka ba't idedeklara mo sa SALN mo yung ninakaw mo? Naturalmente, hindi, di ba?
Sir,
Oral, hindi.
if
Tulad
Ewan ko
nung
kung
amo
pwede,
mo.
sir, if you can go to yung legal theory,
Sure.
But the acts attributed to Ko, maliban dun sa accusation ni Gutesa that money was actually delivered to his house by so-and-so, yung acts of passing a law to encourage projects, and that these projects supposedly some of them were not implemented at all, or say form part of your legal theory, is would that make him liable? I mean, it's like paying someone else who did not deliver, right?
I assume you're talking about yung unang pumutik ito, yung mga ghost projects sa Bulacan. Yung preliminary research namin is that yung mga ghost projects na yon, part of the NEP yon, yung National Expenditure Program. So hindi yun insertion. Easy? So saan ba galing ang NEP? Hindi ba galing sa executive yan?
Sir, but the proponents apparently had a part in. I mean, Mr. Ko apparently had a part in the actions of the proponents.
No. That's what I'm saying. Yung NEP is prepared by the DBM in consultation with the other executive offices. Sinasubmit yan sa appropriations. Hindi nakialam doon si Representative Ko as far as I know. Kasi NEP nga eh. Tapos noon, from what I know, from what I gather, meron mga requests na separate yung other executives, other government offices. Other government offices, yun ang sinasabi na insertion. But ang technical term is congressional initiative or something like that. Ayan pa eh, we keep saying insertion kasi it's a very colored term, insertion, parang masama ang dating. But then, everyone is saying, Senator Lacson himself said na hindi masama ang insertion. Wag natin kulayan yung term.
Sir,
Hindi masama ang insertion, basta wag lang tayong magnakaw. Ganun lang kasimple yung logic doon, di ba? Di ba mga babayan mo, hindi masama magnakaw mo. Hindi masama ang insertion, basta wag lang nanakawin. Dadalhin to sa taong bayan sa tamang project. Hindi yung katulad ng ginawa ng amo niya, is ninakaw nila yung yung pera natin na pinagpipilitan na pinapaniwala tayo na hindi nagnakaw yung amo niya. Takot umuwi dito, mga kababayan.
last two, so others can ask a question.
Sure.
My second to the last question is dun sa air assets. The government is saying that it has fled the Philippines. It's probably been disposed outside the country, despite having not been deregistered locally.
Sorry, I just received word that one of the live streams ran out of its mic, so we might want to fix that before moving forward. I'm not sure.
Wala daw audio?
Yeah, walang audio in one of the live streams. Maybe Inquirer GMA.
Dali lang mga kababayan, may konting live kasi to eh, may konting technical difficulties
This seems to be working.
Mic niyo.
Sorry, Alex, you're gonna have to say that again. About the aircraft?
Yeah, the aircraft, sir. You're saying that it's really owned by Missibis at all and that he doesn't own any of the fixed-wing aircraft.
I'm assuming that it's owned by Missibis. I'm sure that he personally doesn't own any aircraft.
Sir,
Are
the
you
fact
sure?
that these aircraft have been disposed at this time when the issue is very hot, would you say it's at the least suspect?
I am not counsel to the aviation companies, so it wouldn't be fair for me to speculate on that.
Okay. Sir, more on the skewed narratives. One of the more stranger narratives in social media is that organized crime groups daw in Europe is after Mr. Ko. How can you comment on this?
I cannot, but that scares me a bit. Kung merong organized crime going after him, so he's neither safe here nor there. Scary. That's my comment.
Hello po, Sir. Agatha Gregorio po from
Agatha?
ABS-CBN News. A while ago po, you denied the cash deliveries. You made some denials about the accusations being made nga po. Do you have any speculations as to why these allegations are coming around in the first place?
Ako, I will look at who made the admissions and who's making the claim that there were deliveries. And then you look at the credibility of the utterer, of the person who made the statement.
And then when you were asked if the former congressman would be willing to go back home, you said there was no criminal case anyways to go to the hearings. But from his team, is there any willingness, even any representative to be sent to talk about the matter?
No, he's not. He's not unwilling because there's a case. No, he's unwilling. He's not prepared because meron ngang serious threats to his life. Now, is he willing to send a representative? Well, we're here, and we're trying to answer as much as we can, as best we can. Sa Senado, I don't know if they'll accept me. Probably not. But at least I think the Senate owes an official explanation on why he cannot why he cannot attend, just in case nga na maimbitahan siya. Courtesy lang.
Anyone? Questions?
Dwight? Sir,
Where's
good morning po. Here, attorney.
There you are.
Una po muna, ano pong medical condition ni former Congressman Zaldico?
I know cardiac, but I don't want to give you the details, Dwight.
Okay po. Will he be willing to face the media via Zoom? Kasi yung isang issue na sinasabi ninyo is that may threat to his life. But can we talk to him? Can he hold a press conference for us? Because it is an issue of transparency.
That's good.
Mahirap kayo kaharap. Teka muna, yung transparency, ako nga nahihirapan sumagot sa inyo. But yung transparency on what? Again, no, I will advise him kasi normally I don't let my clients talk once may issue na eh. Kasi mahirap i-control eh. And anything they say can be used against them eh. But kung transparency lang, then you have to specify kung ano yung subject na gusto mong tanungin sa kanya, because I can answer yung mga issues against him without telegraphing our punches din naman, because we anticipate nga some legal proceedings.
Sir, how rich is Zaldico now?
4.1 billion in 2019, I think. I don't remember.
And I think he filed his latest SAL in June or in July because he was still a lawmaker. So what was magkano yung assets niya at magkano po yung net worth niya in his latest SAL?
I'm guessing because I just went through it quickly. Ang relevant lang sa akin yung opening sala niya in 2019. I think about 5. Not sure. I'm not going on.
Yaman niya, mga
So
babayan,
tumaas ng 900 million yung assets niya from yung net worth niya from 2019 to 2025. Is that a reasonable increase in his 6 years in Congress?
You see, yan ang skewed narrative eh. Hindi naman, your insinuation is, or rather, your question assumes na tumaas siya while he was in Congress because of Congress.
Maganda,
hindi. Remember that he was a businessman before he was in Congress. And kung tumaas man yan, nakareport yan sa SAL, and I'm sure nakareport sa tax returns niya because of the business. Not because of Congress. Let me give you this shocked me. People kept saying na responsible siya for insertions, di ba? And that he must have made billions because of these insertions. Now, nakwento sa akin that one of the companies they own, 44 private corporations, SAL-E niya as of 2019. 44. Ganyan yung yan yung revenue stream niya. Okay, now sinabi niya, one of those 44 is a power plant or a couple of power plants in Bicol, for some deserted island. I think it's in Camarines Sur, thereabouts. And every year, may utang sa kanila yung municipality na 600-700 million pesos dun sa power plant. And hindi nababayaran yan year in, year out. Palaging rason? 6 months daw yung cycle nila. Ang rason, sometimes hindi nababayaran is walang budget. Now, you have a person who you were accusing of making illegal insertions in the budget and making money from it. If he had the power to make the insertions, don't you think it would have been smart of him to insert an item so the power plant company of stock in which he owns would be paid? Parang yung kumpanya niya mismo hindi bayad eh. Not a small amount, 600-700 million every year.
Although, sir,
pero mga kababayan, yung si Zaldico na yan, naniniwala tayo, yung pagyaman niya, hindi naman yumaman bigla yan sa negosyo eh. Dito po sa mga ghost project na to, dito po siya yumaman. Yun ang nalalaman natin Kasi nakita naman natin yung mga pagtestigo ng mga witness is itong si Zaldico tsaka itong si Romualdez ay yumaman dito sa DPWH, mga kababayan. Yung mga pondo ng taong bayan, yung pondo ng gobyerno ay yun ang mga ninakaw nila. Nagpakayaman tong mga to. Kaya Kaya wag ho tayong maniwala na si Saldico ay yumaman dahil sa sarili niyang negosyo. Hindi ho. Yumaman ho yan sa pandarambong, sa pagnanakaw ng pera ng taong bayan. Nagsamantala sila nila Romualdez dito sa kanilang, yun sa pagiging congressman nila, sinamantala nila yung pwesto na yan at doon nila malayang ginawa yung mga pagnanakaw na yan, mga kababayan.
Siguro, for clarity lang din, marami pa kasing congressional insertions ngayon o whatever you call that, that's still not open to the public, especially yung mga nangyari noong 2023, 2024, 2025. All of these, si former Congressman Zaldico was part of the small committee in the House. He was part of the BICAM. It is the subject of public debate. There's a call na gawing transparent itong mga proceedings na to, which is why we are asking these questions. I know that your narrative here is that there's a skewed narrative, but this is just our responsibility as media to ask these questions.
Sure.
For example, Congressman Toby Tiangco is one of the people who allege that there are billions of pesos in insertions facilitated by former Congressman Zaldico. Is it true or not? We don't know. But this is why we're asking these questions. Marami pong mga dumabas na rin nga sa House, sa Senate hearing, na na-mention na po si former Congressman Zaldico. Again, also in some of the referrals, if you wouldn't call them complaints, they also named Zaldico. So again, this is why we are asking these questions. Now,
Yes,
sir, about the
tama.
SALN, because you've kept on telling na kung makita nyo lang yung SALN ni Zaldico, can you just give it to us?
I don't have an additional copy.
Can we take a photo of?
No.
Can we take a photo of
I
the
have notes,
SALN?
I'll give you his 2019.
But we also need, sir, the 2025 because
Wala nga ako eh.
I don't have that.
Nadaanan ko lang eh.
Wala
Kaya
ka
hindi
kasi
ko,
wala
that's why I
kang alam.
cannot answer your question what was his closing
Paano po
Wala kang alam kasi hindi mo alam. Wala ka talagang alam dahil yung SALN ni Saldico ay talagang tinago na nila. Baka dineposit na dyan sa ibang bansa. Kaya nagtago yung amo mo, attorney. Mag-isip ka naman. Kung talagang gusto mo talagang makatulong dito sa sa press conference mo, bigyan mo ng liwanag yung mga taong bayan na nagtatanong. Yung mga to, pagsisinungaling mo, bawas-bawasan mo na dahil nakakasira lang to sa imahe mo kung yung pagsisinungaling mo. Halatadong binayaran ka ni Saldico na yung binayad sa'yo galing sa pagnanakaw.
Ibig sabihin niyo, sir, attorney, nung nadaanan niyo lang yung SALN niya ng 2025.
Nabasa ko lang somewhere, but I don't have a hard copy. I have a hard copy of the 2019.
Ano pong nabasa niyo, sir, yung hard copy nung kay Congressman Zaldi? Saan niyo po nabasa yung saan niyo po nabasa yung 5 billion? Because we cannot report it if it like nabasa niyo lang somewhere or sinabi lang sa inyo. It has to be documentary evidence that 5 billion pesos po yung laman ng kanyang SALN in 2025.
I told you that I'm not gonna go on oath on it. Because sabi ko, ang recollection ko is 5 billion. If you're disputing it, then wala akong magagawa. I can't prove otherwise.
Okay.
You are paid to lie, my friend. Tandaan mo, attorney, binayaran ka ni Saldico dito para magsinungaling. Para pagtakpan yung amo mo, kaya ka nga nandito. Hindi ka naman magsasabi ng totoo eh. Alam naman namin. Kasi ang gusto mo lang dito, parating dito, na yung amo mo is not guilty. Yan ang gusto mong iparating dito. Kaya nga kung hindi ka pa nagbigay ng magandang sagot dito regarding dito sa amo mo. Pero kung gusto mo talaga, kung talagang gusto mo talagang yung amo mo, pauwiin mo dito siya magsalita na sabihin niya kung ba't siya natatakot dito sa taong bayan. Huwag ho siyang matakot dahil hindi ho kami nangangagat dito. Ang gusto lang namin katotohanan. Gusto lang namin marinig yung side niya tsaka yung mga mastermind dito. Hindi ho kami sino ba naman ang Pilipinong papatay sa kanya? Gustong malaman yung katotohanan. Baka yung magpapatay sa kanya yung mga kasindikato niya dahil kakanta siya. Malamang kakanta yung si Saldico. Yun ang kinakatakutan niya, yung sariling kapwa niya sindikato ang magpapatay sa kanya. Pero yung mga taong bayan, wala naman pakialam sa kanya eh. Ang pakialam lang dito ng taong bayan is marinig yung katotohanan at lalabas yung mastermind at ibalik yung mga bilyo-bilyong pera at makulong yung dapat makulong.
A few questions na lang, sir. May how does your camp respond to allegations of labor issues in Misibis? I learned that mayroong labor complaint filed by a former HR manager against Ms. Ibis, including the owners including Zaldico's wife, Mylene?
Couldn't tell you, Dwight. I'm not counsel to Ms. Ibis.
Okay. So no response to the service charges?
I can't respond.
Release service charges?
I can't respond. I know nothing about that case because I'm not counsel to Ms. Ibis.
Okay po. The former HR manager also said that he was tasked to process the passports of personal staff of Zaldico, including the household cook and I think one more aide. Is it true?
Can't answer you.
Walang
Cannot
sasabihin
answer.
yan.
I can't answer you because I don't know, Dwight.
Okay.
I'm not evading anything. Like I told you, I'm not counsel. I haven't spoken to these people.
Okay po. Sige, yun lang yung questions ko. Thank you po.
Surely.
Sir, papahabol lang ako.
Camille.
Sir, since sinasabi niyo po na worried kayo dun sa vigilante violence, no? Sir, ano po yung pwede niyo sigurong mensahe sa taong bayan? Kasi syempre, sila po talaga yung, hindi naman po magkakaroon ng rason yung galit ng taong bayan. Bakit sila nagpo-protesta outside? No, kaya hinihiling nila na harapin ni Mr. Ko itong mga allegations because he's not just a private citizen. He used to be a public servant. At pera po ng taong bayan yung pinag-uusapan dito.
Magnanakaw.
Okay. Naiintindihan ko, ito yung message ko, no? Naiintindihan ko na mainit ang ulo ng mga taong bayan. Pati ako, believe it or not, naiinis din ako. No? Narinig ko na si Bryce Hernandez, may Lamborghini at saka Ferrari, etc. etc. Naiinis din ako.
Na-realize mo.
But ang appeal ko is, let's look at the evidence. Kasi, madaling masway pag naririnig natin na ang dami-daming pera nito. You know, you look at the evidence, 4.1 billion opening, richer than Cynthia Villar or Manny Pacquiao. Tingnan naman nyo, sinasabi nyo na nag-increase ng 900. Okay, let's play with that number. I'm sure sa negosyo galing yun. Now, handa ba siyang harapin yung mga accusations? Depende kung anong accusations. No? Like I said, Camille, wala naman generic or general accusation. Na-corrupt ka. Sabihin mo sa akin kung paano ako naging corrupt. Nagnakaw ako, sabihin mo sa akin kung saan ako, anong ninakaw ko, magkano, kailan, how. Diba? Then haharapin. Because otherwise, mabang mangyayari niyan eh. Kung paupuin mo yan dito, tanungin, sagutin mo nga itong corruption allegations, even I wouldn't know how to answer it. Kasi ano nga corruption? 2025, 24, 23, ano yung damage to the government? Remember, lawyers look at corruption as a technical term. Hindi yan street term to us.
Attorney Pulpul, yung pinag-uusapan dito, yung flood control, yun ang pinag-uusapan dito, yung mga project na ghost project. Yung mga supposed to be na pera na paggagamitan dyan, yun ang kine-question dito. Saan napunta yung pera ng taong bayan? Tanungin mo dyan sa amo mo, nasaan yung mga pera? Ano yung mga mali-maleta na bilyon-bilyon na yun na dinedeliver nila? Galing yun dito sa flood control ghost project na yan, which is supposed to be na gagawin nila, hindi nila ginawa, iniwan lang nakatiwangwang, pagkatapos nagkabayaran na, dinistribute na yung pera, pinaghati-hatian na ng mga buhaya. Yung katulad ng amo mo, yan, pinaghati-hatian nila. Yung mga engineer na yan, sila Bryce Hernandez, barya lang naman yung, sino ba ang mastermind yan? Yung amo mo, ang tanungin mo kung sinong mastermind, alam niya yan, kaya hindi siya umuwi dito, yung amo mo. Kaya siya natatakot dito, kasi alam niya, na kung natatakot man siya dito, na barilin siya, ang magbabaril sa kanya, yung kapwa niya sindikato dito na involved dito. Pero kung tatanungin mo, yun sa taong bayan, wala akong gagawin yung taong bayan. Ang gusto lang ng taong bayan dito, yung malaman kung ano yung katotohanan at malaman nila kung sino yung mastermind at dapat merong makulong. Yun ang gusto ng taong bayan.
Does Ko know Yusek Roberto Bernardo of the
I
DWH?
don't know. I didn't ask him.
Kasi if I'm not mistaken, dun sa previous Senate hearing, sinabi po niya na nag-usap daw sila via call asking if maayos kausap si Henry Alcantara, and then nag-introduce po dun nga kay Alcantara to make projects for Zaldico. So, hindi niya po kilala si Yusek Bernardo.
She said, he said. I mean, yun ang sabi niya. We don't know kung totoo yung sinasabi niya. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying na kung magkaiba yung sinasabi ng dalawang tao, it's a question of who's more credible and who's more believable.
So, pati po yung pagsabi na may 25% commission daw na nakuha si Ko, those are all not true.
Totoo yan.
Wala akong information. I will assume that it's not true.
Okay.
Better you will assume it's true because pauwiin mo na lang dito si Saldico. Yun ang pinakamaganda. Pag nag-usap kayo, attorney, pauwiin nyo na lang ho siya. Kung sabihin mo sa kanya, walang kakanti sa kanya dito. Kung meron man kakanti sa kanya, yung mga kapwa niya sindugato, yun ang katotohanan dyan. Matapos na yung problemang to, yung mga kabalbalan na to, para makatulog siya ng maayos, humarap na lang siya dito sa Senado at magsabi ng katotohanan at ilahad yun sino yung mastermind. Ganun lang kasimple yun. Wala nang cheche bureche.
So, they've never met si Yusek Bernardo and also Zaldico?
Again, I don't know. I have no information. But if he's saying that my client got a 25% commission, I'm telling you that's not true.
Okay.
Sabi niya, competence shines. I like that.
You also said kanina that you were a lawyer for Mikey Arroyo.
Oh, a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yes.
And kasi there were speculations that the Arroyos and Zaldico had business ties or close ties. Did that factor in why you became a lawyer for...
Oh, you're asking me if the Arroyos referred me? It's a categorical no. That's almost
galing talaga
that's
na ito,
humorous,
mga
but
kababayan.
no. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the proposition. That's it. We good? Thank you very much.
Ayan po mga kababayan, narinig nyo po itong abogado ni Saldico. Wala ho tayong napulot na magandang balita dito. Maliban lang dito sa pagsisinungaling na itong abogado ni Saldico. Pero mas maganda na lang dyan mga kababayan para mas mainam na lang na umuwi na lang si Saldico dito. Kung talagang wala siyang talagang kasalanan, kailangan niya sagutin yung mga lahat ng akusasyon sa kanya at ituro na yung mastermind dito at makulong kung sino man yung makulong. Yun na lang ang tanging gawin mo, Mr. Saldico. Umuwi ka na lang dito kasi kung lahat dito, kung wala ka rin dito, kahit magpadala ka ng abogado mo dito na binayaran mo ng malaking halaga, ang gagawin lang nito is magsisinungaling. Mas maganda rito, umuwi ka na lang dito. Wala namang kakanti sa'yo dito, huwag kang mag-alala. Hindi kami nangagat ng tao. Ang gusto lang namin malaman kung nasaan yung bilyo-bilyong pera na nawala dito sa Ghost Project na to. Tsaka malaman kung sinong mastermind at makulong yung dapat makulong. Yun lang ho ang kailangan namin dito. Kaya kung talagang gusto mong tumulong at makatulong dito sa problema dito sa bansa natin, umuwi ka na lang. Yan ang mas magandang gawin mo. O ayan po mga kababayan, maraming salamat po. News That Matters, huwag niyo kalimutan, i-share, i-like at subscribe. Nang sa ganun, updated po tayo dito sa mga balita. Katulad ngayon yung nangyari dito, na kung saan ito yung abogado ni Saldico mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po. News That Matters and God bless.